Thanks for joining me for this national weather update. Watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe. Plenty going on this weekend, even though we are saying goodbye to Storm Otto. The swirl of cloud was that storm system that barreled across the Northern Isles during the early hours of Friday morning. The isobars really squeezing together, hence those damaging gusts across parts of Scotland and northeast England. The storm system has since moved its way up towards Norway, but the strongest winds on its southern flank barreling into Denmark on Friday evening. That is why the Danes named this system. Although Otto is out of the way, there is another weather system moving in, this one nowhere near as potent, but it is bringing wet weather on Friday evening across Northern Ireland and spreading into Scotland. Hitting the colder air here, it's going to cause some heavy hill snow for a time. We have a Met Office yellow warning for snow and ice to the north of the central belt and over some of the higher routes here, particularly the A9. Some pretty grim travelling conditions as we see a few centimetres of snow building up. It will be over the hills, though at low levels we could see a little bit, but not expected to cause too many issues down at sea level. Could also turn icy, though, as temperatures fall away down close to freezing. Certainly some spots hitting zero in the countryside, but further south we are a long way from any snow and ice as temperatures start the weekend for many in double figures. On to the details then for Saturday. We do start with a little bit of rain over parts of the Midlands, South Wales, South West England. That should peter out. The rain and hill snow will ease across Scotland, but I think through the central belt and northern parts of Northern Ireland, it may well stay a bit dank and drizzly throughout the day. Elsewhere, though, skies should steadily brighten. Quite a lot of cloud, but we should see some breaks in the cloud. Bit of sunshine, perhaps to the east of Northern Ireland, certainly to the east of the hills in Wales, across the Midlands and northern Scotland. Generally a bright, fine Saturday and, of course, crucially, the winds much, much lighter than on Friday. Temperature-wise, well, again, it's going to be mild or starting in double figures in the south, so it brightens up 13, 14 degrees Celsius, well above average. But probably feeling quite cold if you're stuck under the cloud. Rain and drizzle on and off through the central belt, 6 or 7 Celsius likely here. During the evening, that rain could actually pep up a little bit more across central and southern Scotland with, again, a little bit of hill snow for a time, but that fizzles out. Many places becoming dry as we head into Sunday, but more rain will come into the northwest. Another weather system moving in here. That'll bring cloud and rain across a good chunk of Scotland initially on Sunday, but reasonably optimistic that the central belt and eastern parts of Scotland will brighten up through the day, always staying cloudy and wet and increasingly windy in the northwest of Scotland. Quite a bit of cloud for northern parts of England, Northern Ireland and Wales, but in the south, perhaps a few more breaks in the cloud, better chance of seeing a bit more blue sky on Sunday compared to Saturday. The winds will be picking up in the west, but generally fairly light winds further south, and temperatures again, where we see some sunshine, could easily get up to 11, 12, perhaps even 13 degrees Celsius. So staying pretty mild this weekend, certainly across the south. And that's how we go into next week as well, staying generally dry and mild initially. But there are signs through the middle part of next week that we could see a colder spell. This isn't an easterly, however, it's a north or northwesterly wind, which will bring the colder weather and with it a few wintry showers. That's something we'll be keeping a close eye on. You can keep a close eye on the weather throughout this weekend by following us across social media.